That's a spot. Oh, that's a big smallmouth. Big largemouth. I about jacked up the freaking boat flip. Yeah, that's freaking fun right there. That's freaking fun. I watched him come off that dock and eat that thing. Man, that's cool. Man, that's really cool. Man, that's fun. That's awesome. Thank you, buddy. Good little fish. Thanks for a good time, bud. Just look at this absolutely gorgeous, beautiful lake. Just look at this beautiful, everything about this is just everything that I love about bass fishing, man, especially in the spring. If I just keep eating this topwater, and then I can pick that spinnerbait up here in a few minutes and fish that thing and catch them too, man. I love it. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are, and what a beautiful morning it is here in East Tennessee. Sorry I didn't talk to you this morning. I mean, the biggest reason was it was dark and there was fish eating topwater, and so I wanted to get in on that. Now, I believe there's a lot more fish that are gonna eat. I believe we got a lot more time to catch a bunch more fish. It's 7:19 right now. Water's 62 degrees. I mean, this just screams topwater spinnerbait kind of action for me. Topwater spinnerbait kind of bite, and so that's what we're gonna go try to get on. But right now, I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna get to where I wanna go, and we're gonna see if we can catch some more fish and just have us a good time today. That's what I was looking for. Yeah. Man, when they eat it, they freaking eat it. Look at that. Well, they weren't lying about that hook. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Whew. Heck yeah. It's fun. Little chunky dunk. Fishing spinnerbait, you gotta retie a lot, because that's what happens. Simply what that was is that fish come behind that thing and engulfed it, and that line kind of got in those blades, cut that line all to crap. Retie a whole lot to make sure that you're not gonna, well, number one, lose a big fish, but number two, lose your spinnerbait, especially when you're fishing a really badass spinnerbait like this one, which what this is a brand new, unreleased at this moment, but will be released very, very soon, Berkley spinnerbait. Got the power bait skirt on there, design overbuilt, honestly. That's the best way I can describe this spinnerbait is overbuilt. It's got everything you need in it. Good big hook keeper, good Fusion 19 hook, good components, and it's just a really good spinnerbait. And I'm having a ton of fun because I like catching them on a spinnerbait. I mean, because it seems like one of those deals is I just keep on keeping on and kind of just keep dunking down through here. Get a bite here and a bite there. That's all I need. Oh, that Jim. Well, he's right where he's supposed to be. I know that much. Well, ain't that just interesting? So I want to go expand on that bite right there. I know one bite is not a pattern, but you can form a pattern by expanding on a clue like that, and that is a definite clue. I flipped in there, that fish bit, and it kind of gives me hope that these fish, specifically these largemouth, are orienting to this wood, using it to spawn on, using it to stage up on, using it as ambush points if they are post spawn. And so we're gonna go expand on that for a little while. You know, the sun really gets up and before this bite really starts to die down, I want to try to capitalize on this bite window that's going on, and also try to just avoid all the boats. The boat traffic out here today is absolutely just phenomenal. It's crazy. I mean, the bite's good out here, but it's not that good. But yeah, so we're gonna expand on that right there. I'm gonna go flip a whole bunch of wood, see if we can get some more bites doing stuff like that, because if that is a bite and that is a pattern, that's something that's gonna hold a bit longer into the day, kind of go past that bite window that we're in right now, and hopefully we can put some big fish on the boat doing that thing. Alright, well, that was fun. Right there's the bed. Huh. Well, ain't that just fun? A little bed fish action there. Bed fishing without actually seeing them. Pretty fun. Get on back in there and go to your bed. Here's what I'm throwing. A little hitworm magnum, green pumpkin. Throwing that on Fusion 19 EWG 20-pound fluorocarbon and a 3/8 ounce monster bass tungsten weight, which it don't get much better than that. And honestly, I just wonder how many of these bushes like this I can go hit and there be a fish on them. Right there is the bed. I don't know if you guys can see it. You probably can't. I can barely see it with my, there was that other fish. I can barely see it with my polarized glasses on, but yeah. There is nothing quite as frustrating as wanting to go fish a spot and there being somebody in it. Yeah, I can get over that. You know, I mean, somebody beat me to it. It's just the way that it is. What drives me nuts is when somebody's in the spot that you want to be and all they do is get hung up and broke off and fish it wrong, and they're all over the juice and they just don't do it right. Those are the things that drive me crazy. Like, I know this is public water. I don't own it. It's not my spot. You know what I mean? That's why I refer to it as the spot or a spot. But yeah, there is nothing quite as frustrating as just standing watching somebody totally butcher a spot, blow out everything that's good about it, where all the fish should be sitting and all that kind of stuff. And then you come in here and you do something like this, where they're fishing up in the spot. You fish off the spot and you catch you a little chunkity dunk on spinnerbait, which ain't too bad. Can't complain about that. But yeah, just thought I'd put that out there. I don't know. Anybody agree with that? Am I the only person? Like, there's something extremely frustrating about watching somebody fish a spot and just fish it completely wrong. That's a good one. Not a good one, but a freaking little chunk. Little fatty. All right. Now we're actually done. We're gonna go put this thing on the trailer. I will see you guys back at the house. Man, did I have a ton of fun on the water this morning. Man, I really did. This morning was just one of those awesome mornings in East Tennessee that you don't get very often, where it's just cool enough that you need a hoodie on. It's just warm enough you can wear a pair of shorts and you can go and catch fish doing about anything that you want to be doing. And that was really the deal today, that I caught fish in all stages of this pond. We caught pre-spawners, we caught spawners, and we caught post-spawners, and we had a ton of fun doing it. And we're going to talk about what I was throwing on to catch the fish that I did today. But before we get into that, I want to talk about this right here, and that is the Fish or Die hoodie. I actually had this hoodie on in today's video, been wearing it quite a bit lately, and that's because this is a design that I came up with myself, put it together, and then put it on a hoodie for you guys to be able to purchase. Now the deal with these hoodies are, they are super limited quantity for a super limited amount of time, and once they're gone, they are gone forever. So if you want a Fish or Die hoodie, you need to go hit the link in the top of the description, hit the link in the pinned comment, and go pick yourself up one before they're gone, because like I said, when they're gone forever. And really the plan is I've been kicking around a bunch of ideas like Fish or Die in my head for a long time, and I'm going to start putting them on t-shirts, start putting them on hoodies, start putting them on different things, making them available to you guys for a limited amount of time, letting you be able to get them, represent the Alexford fishing community in that way. It's just like cool ideas that I've had in my head that I would love to see somebody make. No one's ever made, and so I'm going to take it into my own hands, and I'm going to make cool stuff just like the Fish or Die hoodie. So like I said, go pick yourself up one. When you buy stuff like that, it really helps to keep gas in the boat, keep gas in the truck, and keep this channel moving. But like I said, I want to talk about what I was throwing on to catch the fish that I did today. Now today I caught fish in every stage of the spawn. We caught pre-spawners, we caught spawners, and we caught post-spawners as well. And really here in East Tennessee, it is full blown right now. We've got fish cycling in, cycling out. They're everywhere. And what's really cool about that is you can go throw a bunch of different things, get a bunch of different bites, and usually run across a couple good ones. So we caught the majority of the fish that we did today on a brand new bait from Berkley. Obviously that is a spinnerbait. I can't tell you a whole lot about it other than it's a spinnerbait and that it's white, and then it has a silver willow leaf blade and a gold Kicker Colorado blade, 1/2 ounce, 17-pound fluorocarbon, 7-foot medium HMG Fenwick rod, and a 6-gear ratio Abu Garcia X Max X reel. And that's really all I can tell you about it right now. It's gonna be coming out really soon. Berkley has got a bunch of really badass stuff coming down the pipe for you guys that I cannot wait for you guys to see, and this spinnerbait is one of them, and I am very excited for you guys to be able to get your hands on it, because it's got some key features that we'll talk about later on that make it just different than anything else out there and makes it something that's really cool. But pretty much all the pre-spawn fish that I would consider, I'm kind of fishing some pre-spawn areas, some pre-spawn locations on the lake, came on the spinnerbait. Now I caught one fish on the Jaywalker. I actually ended up catching a couple fish, but I caught one bass on the Jaywalker, and I really believe that that fish was a post-spawn fish. And the reason that I think that is because he was hanging out around that floating dock. I really believe that that fish had moved up there, spawned under that dock at some point or the other, and then it just moved right out to those floating dock floats and was sitting out there eating bait fish and stuff like that. He was really skinny, had a bloody tail, looked like he was on the mend from doing the spawn thing, and that's what I think that fish was doing. And I got that one pretty decent fish that commit to the Jaywalker. I was throwing out some 40-pound braid, 7.5 medium heavy winch rod by Abu Garcia. This winch rod is their top water bladed jig rod, and I really like this thing. It allows me to throw those bigger than average top waters, those full-size top waters, and even like the big top waters, and they're able to handle each one of those. But it is a medium heavy, moderate fast rod. Really like it. And then had that paired up with a 7-gear ratio Zeta, so that when they ate it and ran towards the boat, I'd be able to pick up the line and get a hold of them. And then I caught one fish and had another fish hooked on a hit worm. So this is a Berkley Max Scent hit worm for you guys that have never seen them. Really cool little worm. It's pretty much like a straight tail worm offering in the Berkley Max Scent line of stuff. This is the Magnum one, so it's a little bit bigger. They got like a 4-inch, and I believe this one is a 6 or a 7-inch. Had that with a 3/8 ounce Monster Bass tungsten weight, 4/0 Berkley Fusion EWG hook, some 20-pound fluorocarbon, 7.6 medium heavy Fenwick Elite Bass rod, and a 7-gear ratio Revo X with that bad boy. And yeah, I mean, just a super amount of fun. I ended up hooking that one on that little bit of brush in the water. It ended up coming off as a pretty decent fish, and then ended up making my way to the backs of some pockets looking for some spawners, and I actually didn't see that fish on the bed, but saw the bed after I caught it. And so yeah, pre-spawners on the spinnerbait, post-spawners on the Jaywalker, and some actual spawners on the bed. But as always, guys, thank you for watching. Questions or comments, you know where to go leave them. Also, go down in the description, pick yourself up a Fisher.hoodie, pick yourself up some of the equipment that I use today. Using those links really helps me out. I'm gonna have a video popping up right here. This is actually a kayak tournament that I fished a couple weeks back where I used a spinnerbait to almost win a tournament. So click on that video, go check that video out. And as always, you guys are sweet, and thank you for watching.